Hey guys, I'm Aaron.
And I don't have a beard anymore! And we're back from the Power Up Show after a little bit of a hiatus last week, bringing you our weekly highlights of the books that we think that you should be checking out on the shelves. We're starting off this week, what is this week actually? The 23rd of March, 2015, the year of the monkey. Don't quote me on that, I have no idea. But actually, Aaron, you want to start us off with the first highlight of the week?
Sure, I got Batman and Robin number 40. Last issue to Batman and Robin.
So sad.
Technically, I guess this is like...
So young.
This is so young. Actually, technically this is issue like 60 or 55 because there was the run before New 52, which was like...
24 issues.
24, so
24
60
issues.
Issue 64 technically of the Batman and Robin run, even though that was Grant Morrison, now it's Tomasi and Gleason. But this is the last issue in the run. This is finalizing everything that's happened with Damian, with him getting the powers. He's in this one, he's kind of with the Justice League, and he's kind of getting tricked into something by Batman. Obviously, Batman doesn't like the powers that he has, so something's going on there. With some information that they found when they went to Apocalypse. They found out some stuff about his powers, and
he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling Batman.
That meddling Batman. But yeah, it's a very nice end to the whole story. The first half of the book is kind of just, you know, serving the story, but the last like couple pages are a good end to the whole series. But yeah, really good. If you were reading this at all, you're picking up this last issue because it's a perfect way to cap off the awesome run. Tomasi and Gleason. It's a great book.
Good stuff, man. My first pick is a Marvel book this week, Daredevil, number 14. And all I can say about this is you know that it is a great book when you want to talk about it so badly, but you can't say anything that's going on because everything is a spoiler in this book. What I can say about this book is, well, I think that this is actually one of the series-defining run by Mark Waid and Chris Samney. I mean, last volume that they did as well was really good, but this run so far is fantastic. One of the best Daredevil runs that's out there. I know that you obviously got the Mark Millar run, which is almost untouchable, but this is pretty good. Daredevil finds himself back in the public eye. I won't say too much about it, but you might say that he's getting a little bit reckless with his image and with his namesake. And so there's some pretty big stuff going on there as far as that's concerned. But, as you can see on the cover, there is a new... I don't necessarily want to use the word enemy yet. There's a new... or villain, maybe. There's a new person in opposition to Daredevil with some old ties to some of Daredevil's enemies. So... needless to say, I can't say too much about this book, but you should get it. And if you haven't read the first 13 issues, you can get them in trade paperback, you can pick them up here and there. Pretty sure Philly Man Comics has several issues of those if you want to go on there and find them. But this is one of the series not to miss.
Especially with the TV show coming out on Netflix.
Forgot about that, man. April 10th.
April 10th.
I don't think I've been more excited for anything else ever in my life.
As soon as that show comes out, you're going to be hard to find some really good stories. Like they're going to start getting picked up because everyone's like, oh, I love Daredevil now. It doesn't actually suck. You know, the people who only saw the movie with Ben Affleck, they're going to come out.
It wasn't a bad movie.
It wasn't a bad movie, but they're going to come out of the woodworks. People who don't read comic books, like, oh, I want to read Daredevil now. He's actually cool. When they don't realize how awesome he is.
Well, it's great. So April 10th. Make sure you don't miss that.
Binge watch that. Next up, I got the Valiant number 4. This is also another last parter. It's the four-part The Valiant series. It's the last book in this series. I think this is like an oversized issue. It's a little bit bigger. It feels a little bit bigger than the other ones. But it's the finale to this whole big fiasco battle they had with the immortal enemy. That's his name.
I thought it was the eternal enemy.
No, I said it wrong the first time.
Oh, okay.
It's the immortal enemy.
You were thinking of Eternal Warrior.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Gotcha.
Because the Eternal Warrior and the immortal enemy have been battling out for eons.
Yeah.
So I got it mixed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the immortal enemy.
If that
and the
sentence
Eternal
right
Warrior.
there is not enough to make you interested in that book, then you've got other issues. I'm sorry.
But this is it's a great finish. The very end of this leads into another book that's going to be coming out from Valiant. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you pick this up and read it, you're probably going to end up picking up another Valiant book that's coming out that's written by Matt Kent. that I'll probably be picking up. But this is a great ending. It's a great way to jump into the Valiant universe. You kind of get just thrown into the fray of the Valiant universe, but it's kind of cool. You get your feet wet, and it's just a kind of concise event that goes on. And they're doing movies now. Like I think we said it in another video, so it's a great way to get in there.
I don't think we got to bring that up yet. Actually, yes.
Okay, they're doing...
Valiant got some movie deals.
Yeah, so and this would be a great way. I could see this being turned into a movie once they do a few movies. It could be a perfect event that goes on. There's a whole bunch of other stuff like Armor Wars and stuff like that, but yeah, if you want to get into Valiant, definitely pick this up. It was really good.
Gotcha. Another independent book, one that actually has a little bit more of a track record. We're talking about Invincible, number 118. And this is one of Robert Kirkman's flagship books, other than, of course, The Walking Dead. But he's been doing this for almost as long as he's been doing The Walking Dead. Almost as many issues, I should say. I'm not sure which came first, Walking Dead or Invincible. This might have actually even come before Walking Dead. But it is always advertised as the best superhero comic in the universe, and they cross out superhero, the best comic in the universe. And I will say that for as long as this has been out, 118 issues, it has been one of the most solidly consistent books as far as reader reviews and what the readers think of this book. It is fantastic. And they even say with this book, we really want you to try this comic, that's why it's only 25 cents. This is a 25-cent issue, full-sized issue, and it actually includes I think it's a full 6-page recap of the story so far, and then it gives you, it's not a full story at the end, but, it gives you a little bit of it's a good jumping-on point. You get introduced to all of the characters, and then, of course, it leaves you with a cliffhanger so that you can go right into the next issue. If you haven't read this book, this would be a good place to jump on. It's a really good one, and I read The Invincible. I think it's fantastic. I think you should read it too.
Alright, last book I got is Darth Vader number 3. Now this is a hot book this week. It's flying off the shelves. Some retailers got stiffed on it. They got, I can't remember what the word is for it, but like some people didn't get their books and they had to cut books. There's like a major online...
Allotted.
Oh, they got allotted. One company got allotted, like one major online store, kind of like Midtown, got allotted and had to spread theirs out through everyone else.
Yeah.
So not only this book is scarce, but there was a 1 in 25 variant. That's also hot because now that you're not getting as many copies, you're not getting as many of those 1 in 25s, so those are more rare. And the main kicker to this is a new character. You got this new character called Dr. Aphra. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But she is like a archaeological or a technological archaeological hunter. Like she's like the Indiana Jones of Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Yeah, she's like just a hunter for like these like artifacts and stuff
Since
like
Harrison
that.
Ford was taken.
Yeah, but she's more on the evil side. She like finds these artifacts and these droids and reprograms them. And she is tracking down this one thing in the story, and she runs into the man himself, Darth Vader. He comes in trying to recruit her for her services, and the best part of this is the droids that she reprograms are like the alter egos of C-3PO and R2-D2. It's 000 and BT-1. BT-1 is this guy, and R2-D2 is like, I am a protocol droid, I am fluent in many languages and torturing. And then the RT-1, or whatever his name is, this guy, she says his backstory. She says, oh yeah, he blew up his own Tarkin research camp and set it to self-destruct, then set it himself out of there. She's like, I'm trying to reprogram...
stand-up dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to like reprogram his like emotional settings or something like that, she says. So basically she just has like the ultimate polar opposites of C-3PO and R2-D2. But Darth Vader is trying to recruit her for her services because she's, reprogramming...
Sadistic.
Yeah, well she isn't, but she reprograms droids and he wants her to build an army for him. But it's a completely new character in the Marvel Universe.
Gotcha. And I'm going to wrap it up with another DC book. MULTIVERSITY, Ultra Comics. I think this is one of the last of the one-shots of the Multiversity that's coming out. This book is really neat. Obviously, it's written by Grant Morrison. And this book does not just break the fourth wall. It shatters it by telling the entire story directly to you, the reader, from panel 1. And it's really cool because each and every page is just so vastly different from the next in setting and in art. I mean the art's pretty consistent. I don't want to say it's vastly different in the art, but you'll get it when you open up the pages. You'll be turning them, and just each panel and each page is like a different setting, and it just kind of gets you excited to turn the page. You're like, what's going to be on the next page? And so the entire thing tells the story of the birth, transformation, and ultimate demise of this character, the Ultra. And of course, it's told to you, but you're also kind of an active participant in it. So what role do you play in his birth as a hero, and his transformation as a hero, and his ultimate death as a hero? So I thought this was actually pretty cool. I wasn't a huge fan of the other Multiversity books. I thought they were good, but this is probably the coolest one in my opinion so far. So, do you have anything else for us this weekend?
We just have a couple, I guess, notable mentions. They're Not Like Us, number 4. This has been a really great series. And then, of course, Ghost Rider, number 12. We both can agree on that one.
Yeah, that's a good book, man.
Yeah, it started off with Tradmore
and Felipe Smith.
Yeah, now it's Anka is doing the art.
Mm-hmm.
But these were both really good books this week.
And I'm not a big fan of Ghost Rider. I mean, I've never been a super fan of the character, but the way that story is told, the way it's drawn, different than any other Ghost Rider, and it's just really neat. It just gives like a very lively feeling to it, not so dark and whatnot. But anyway, guys, that's all we have for you this week. The week of March 23rd was this week, and tune in again next week and see us. And thanks again to Philly Man Comics, as always, for lending us these books. And don't forget to check us out on the Level Up Network and the Power Up Show, coming to you soon.